Zeus is the supreme ruler of the Greek gods, the king of Mount Olympus, and the god of the sky, thunder, and justice. He is one of the most powerful and influential figures in Greek mythology, presiding over both gods and mortals. His rule is marked by a combination of wisdom, authority, and immense power. Yet he is also known for his impulsiveness, his many affairs, and his role in shaping the fate of both divine and mortal beings. As the leader of the Olympians, Zeus embodies the principles of kingship, law, and order, while also demonstrating the flaws and passions that make Greek mythology so compelling. Zeus' origins trace back to the primordial generations of gods. He is the youngest son of the Titans Cronus and Rhea. According to myth, Cronus, fearing a prophecy that one of his children would overthrow him, swallowed each of them at birth. Rhea, desperate to save her youngest son, tricked Cronus by giving him a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes while secretly hiding Zeus away on the island of Crete. There, he was raised in secret, nurtured by the nymphs and protected by the legendary goat Amalthea. Some versions of the myth say that the Kouretes, warrior spirits, clashed their weapons together to drown out the infant Zeus' cries so Cronus would not find him. Once Zeus reached maturity, he set out to fulfill the prophecy. With the help of his grandmother Gaia and the Titans Cronus, he tricked Cronus into regurgitating his siblings, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, who had been imprisoned in his stomach. Together, they waged a great war against the Titans, known as the Titanomachy. Zeus led the charge, freeing the mighty Cyclopes and the Centaurs, who aided him in battle by forging his iconic weapon, the Thunderbolt. After 10 years of war, Zeus and his allies emerged victorious, banishing the Titans to Tartarus and establishing a new divine order, with Zeus as the supreme ruler. Zeus divided rule over the cosmos with his brothers, Poseidon and Hades. He claimed dominion over the sky and Olympus, Poseidon ruled the sea, and Hades governed the underworld. While he was the most powerful of the three, Zeus' authority was not absolute. He still had to contend with the will of the fates and the influences of other gods. Even among the Olympians, Zeus often had to assert his authority, whether dealing with rebellions, rivalries, or conflicts among the gods. Zeus' role in mythology extends far beyond his governance of Olympus. He is often depicted as a divine judge, upholding law and order among both gods and mortals. He was believed to enforce oaths and punish those who broke them, and his decisions often reflected the Greek ideals of justice. However, Zeus was not always portrayed as entirely fair or impartial. He was known for his unpredictability, his favoritism, and his willingness to intervene in mortal affairs for his own purposes. One of the most well-known aspects of Zeus mythology is his many love affairs, which produced numerous gods, demigods, and heroes. Despite being married to Hera, the queen of the gods, Zeus was infamous for his infidelity. His lovers included both goddesses and mortal women, leading to the birth of many significant mythological figures. Some of his most famous offspring include Athena, born from his head fully armored after he swallowed the Titans Cronus, Apollo and Artemis, twin children of Leto, Hermes, the swift messenger god, Dionysus, the god of wine, Perseus, the great hero who slew Medusa, and Heracles, one of the most celebrated demigods in Greek mythology. Zeus' relationships often resulted in conflicts, particularly with Hera, who relentlessly pursued revenge against his lovers and illegitimate children. She tormented Leto before the birth of Apollo and Artemis, sent a madness upon Heracles that caused him to kill his own family, and punished many of Zeus' mortal consorts, such as Io and Semele. Despite this, Zeus remained largely unchecked in his desires, a reflection of both his supreme power and the Greek view of the gods as deeply flawed and human-like in their emotions. Beyond his personal affairs, Zeus was a key player in many legendary events of Greek mythology. He orchestrated the Trojan War, acting through prophecy and divine intervention, sometimes favoring different heroes at different points in the battle. He was also central to the punishment of Prometheus, the Titan who defied the gods by giving fire to humanity. As punishment, Zeus had Prometheus chained to a rock, where an eagle would eat his liver each day, only for it to regenerate overnight, an eternal torment for his defiance. Zeus also played a role in the myth of Pandora, in which he commanded Hephaestus to create the first woman and gifted her a jar, later mistranslated as a box, that contained all the evils of the world. When Pandora opened the jar out of curiosity, suffering and misfortune were released into the world, leaving only hope inside. This myth reflects Zeus' role as a god who both gives and takes, shaping the human experience through both gifts and hardships. In art and literature, Zeus is often depicted as a regal, bearded god wielding his thunderbolt. His symbols include the eagle, which represents his power and authority, and the oak tree, associated with wisdom and stability. He was worshipped throughout Greece, with major temples dedicated to him, including the famous temple of Zeus at Olympia, which housed one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, a massive statue of Zeus crafted by the sculptor Phidias. Zeus' influence extended beyond Greece, as the Romans adopted him under the name Jupiter, integrating his mythology into their own religious traditions. His legacy persists in modern culture, with his image and stories continuing to appear in literature, film, and popular media. Though he was the mightiest of all gods, Zeus was not an all-powerful, infallible figure. He had his flaws, his temper, his desires, and his shifting sense of justice. Yet, his mythological role as the god of the sky, the ruler of Olympus, and the enforcer of divine law made him the most revered and central figure in Greek mythology. He was a god of great contradictions, both a protector and a destroyer, a wise ruler and a reckless lover, a force of justice and a source of chaos. It is this complexity that has ensured his enduring presence in mythology and storytelling, from ancient Greece to the modern world.